and maybe we'll get to some actual basketball. Lakers talk with Geeter and Trudell tonight. Plus, we got Funch and Love of producer Michael Funches, Kasim on the ones and twos, and you. Let's do it.
Let's go.
Lakers talk on your Monday night on ESPN LA right now.
What up?
Welcome to Lakers Talk. That's Chris McGee. I am Mike Trudell. And, Geeter, we had this whole show planned for today.
We did, didn't we, buddy?
Our goal, which, by the way, we will do the show next week, if not in 2 weeks, is why is Robert Horry not in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, we were talking about Robert Horry getting to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
We're going to break down some scheduling, talk a little Walker Kessler, and we still could get to all that.
That was our big thing. But then, of course, some interesting news drops and then some additional information drops, much of it from Ramona Shelburne and Shams Charania, some from David McMenamin as well. So we're going to try to get Ramona on the horn here within the hour. We're going to talk to Dave in the second hour of the show. But, Geeter, can you take me through the roller coaster a bit? I know you jotted down a bit of a timeline.
I did.
As we try to get on top of this story.
Well, I was thinking a lot about it today, Mike, when I was at home. And then when I got here and I was talking to Funches, and then you show up, and I just had to kind of think of this timeline and kind of how wild it's been for the last week, really. I'll say 5 days, right? Like 5 days ago, last Wednesday, reports come out that Mark Walters selling the Lakers just 10 months after becoming the controlling owner of the Lakers for $12.5 billion, right? 2.5 more than he purchased it for, to Bob Iger, former CEO of Disney and ESPN, and Josh Kushner, founder of Thrive Capital. About 65% of the Lakers are around there. Now, the Buss family would still own 18%, 17.8% of the Lakers, and Jeannie still governor. You have to have at least 15% to be able to be governor. Bob Iger, they had a statement just saying the respect they have for the Buss family and for Jeannie, and for now, things will remain the same. So everyone's kind of marinating on that over the last 4 days, figuring out, wow, what's going on with Mark Walter and all that behind-the-scenes stuff and the reasons and reports that are coming out there. And, of course, as Dodger fans are wondering what's going to happen now with the Dodgers. And reports are that, the Dodgers are remaining in the Mark Walter group. So everyone's just kind of thinking about that and how things will change. And then today you wake up and you find out that the Buss family voted to sell their remaining shares to the new ownership group of Kushner and Bob Iger. So I'm driving in today, and I am thinking about, wow, first time in my lifetime that I can remember since I was 8 years old, 7 years old, the Buss family era of Laker basketball is over. So there was a lot of, feelings around that, to be honest with you, Mike. And, you mentioned on Crosstalk with Travis DeMarco, Marcus, that, we don't have a lot of conversations with ownership. And,
no,
they're not coming into our building. It was different with Jeannie because of the network starting and for me and partnering up with the Lakers and Jeannie coming on our air whenever there was a big announcement or, once a year, and just knowing them like I have for a long time. But, the new ownership group, I didn't know outside of being a huge Dodger fan. So there was definitely some, excitement about that. So the last 5 days, I'm processing all of that. And then today thinking, wow, the Buss family no more. It just sounded so crazy to me. And just the thoughts of how they've treated the two of us and our families. And, there's a bit of a relationship there. And then I find out, when we get here that another report, Alex Sherman, I think, was the first to report that, Jeannie's lawyer, he obtained a letter from Jeannie's lawyer to the Buss siblings, breaking it down that this is not what Jeannie wants. And, she's able to fight this. And we'll have Ramona on and Dave, hopefully, where they can break it down. But the trustees of the trust are Jeannie, Janie, and Joey. And the three of them have to enact this sale. And Jeannie is saying that she will fight it according to this report and the letter. So now, Mike, I'm not sure where we are, but there's a lot going on.
Okay.
Did I get that timeline right for you at least?
Yes,
okay.
That was well summarized. I'm trying to think. Let's first talk about what is relevant to the basketball team, the Los Angeles Lakers. Okay, because that's the most important thing, right? There's the ownership side and there's the team side and kind of the business of the Lakers, which is this whole massive worldwide entity. And then there is the NBA team, the Lakers, which is the 15 players and all of the coaches, the general manager, the vice president, Pelinka on down in basketball ops. And these two things work together, but are in some ways independent. And the bottom line is this ownership change and this shift, whether or not, right, the Buss family ultimately, whether or not this sale of their minority stake goes through, it seems right now, according to Ramona's reporting, that it's like the 5 siblings on the one side and then Jeannie on the other of this particular version of it. Regardless of what happens there, the basketball side of the Los Angeles Lakers will go on in the same way. And for just thinking about this season specifically, they're still going to go to Slovenia with Luka. He's hosting everybody there. And then they're going to start the preseason schedule. And then on the 21st of October, they're going to play the Warriors across the street from where we're doing this. Ultimately, Geeter, ownership will have the final say, and this is Bob Iger and Josh Kushner, right? That they will have the final say moving forward on everything in terms of head coach, manager, who they're hiring on the business side, who stays and who goes in the next transition, which will happen at some point, and how it plays out in terms of the Buss family. I think irrespective of that, still it will be Iger and Kushner making those decisions.
Yeah, and I think you bring up a good point. And listen, Mike, I'll just say this, as a native of Southern California and, a fan of all my hometown teams, like we've seen ownership changes before, right? We've also been really fortunate to have great ownership in a lot of these areas.
In Dr. Buss, the greatest owner
the O'Malley family with the Dodgers when it first sold, to Fox. And then I think, McCourt came in after that, and that was not a great time to be a Dodger fan. That was rough. And you did not feel connected to ownership. And then the Walter Group comes in, and we have seen what's happened, and winning has followed. And that obviously puts you in love with ownership, right? We had that with Dr. Buss and the Buss family. I mean, it's all I've ever known. At the end of the day, listen, I rock with the Lakers no matter what. And to me, what I care about the most is the product on the court. Yeah, I would love for everyone to get along and for there to be kumbaya and you love ownership. I don't have any relationship with new ownership. So but they're buying the Lakers for $12.5 billion. So I'm with you, what you said last week, and I thought it was perfect. I think it was on DeMarco and Travis, or it might have been on the morning show. But you said, listen, when someone's purchasing a team for this much money, like they have resources and they understand the iconic franchise, and they're going to come in and hopefully want to win. And that's all you can expect as Laker fans, right?
I think
but
that
I don't,
is.
But
yeah.
to me, like the product to me is what I care about. At the end of the day, do I want all this going on? No, of course not. And I hope it works itself out. But for my job personally, whether it's here at ESPN Radio or it's at Spectrum, my job is to talk about the basketball on the court, right? And that to me is what I need to be going in the right way. I mean, that's what I care about.
It's just funny.
That's me personally. Fans could not agree with me, but I'm just saying for me as a fan / host of the pre and post game show and a fill-in guy here, that's what I care about. I want a good team because at the end of the day, I've loved this team forever.
Yeah. So these are almost like two separate entities. And one, you, me, John Ireland, Michael Thompson, Billy Mack, Stu, right there, that cover the team and work for the TV network, work for the radio station. Like we are directly involved in who owns the team because they're ultimately making all of the decisions. And then aside from that, the basketball team is also reporting to whoever is in charge. And so all of these things are related but separate. And in terms of are the Lakers going to be impacted negatively or positively by all of these changes that are occurring, I think that the Lakers are the expectation that has been created, and it started. We'll just start when Dr. Buss bought the team because they already had established a lot before then with the previous ownership up to that point. But excellence is now the expectation.
And by the way, it's going to remain that. It better remain that. It's going to remain that from all of us.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
For everyone that tunes into this show or comes in the YouTube chat, like that is what we expect.
Yeah, that can't be touched. Like that is now the Lakers are the Lakers now. Okay, and so whoever is the fans are going to hold new ownership to account to keep putting the best product on the team on the court there. And I think new ownership then overseeing basketball has to live up to that standard. and the general manager, the coach, the players, everybody has to prove, us on our side of things, everybody has to prove that they're good enough to give the fans what they want and what they expect, and what they expect is to be competing for championships.
Yeah. And by the way, you and I kind of fortunate to be in our position and actually even know ownership. Like, we knew the Buss family. We know the Buss family, right? You know members of the family and have a bit of a relationship where you can say hello and they know your kids and, you know, that kind of stuff. And that was what kind of felt like Dr. Buss is still family owned, right? But times are changing.
Yeah.
And that's okay. That's the way of the world.
And I'm glad that you mentioned that. I think there's a big debt owed to the Buss family for the stewardship of this franchise.
I know
for
me
years.
there is, and that comes on a personal level.
Me too. And think what they've done for us, but then even on a much bigger scale, of course, what they've just done and delivered for Lakers fans for all of these years, not just the championships, which are of course the pinnacle of it, but the pursuit of excellence, the pursuit and the pursuit of doing it in an entertaining way, and just essentially providing from not just during the season, but even in the off season, just providing. Like, my mom, that's her main source of entertainment. It's the Los Angeles Lakers, right? Watching all the games, following the transactions. This departure, a reason why you and I work in sports.
And by the way, Mike, like 11 championships in the Buss family.
Yeah.
Right? 5 in the 80s, 5 from 2000 to 2010, 1 in 2020. They've also been to the playoffs every time in the 80s. They missed once in the 90s. They missed once in the early 2000s. I believe it was 05. I'd have to go check. Then they had that stretch of 2014 to 19, as Kobe's winding down.
The
rebuild. And then in the 2020s, hey, they missed one time. But this is an ownership group, no matter who is in charge, has always been, about winning and trying to put the best product on the court.
Well said. Okay, so much more to come on this version of Lakers Talk, in which, hey, it's August 17th. This is supposed to be the dead time in the NBA. I had come in with all of these games for you. You had come in with all this preparation to try to get Robert Horry into the Hall of Fame. But instead, we got news. I think we're going to get Ramona Shelburne on at around 6:30. We will follow up on that. And then McMenamin in the second hour of the show. He's Geeter. I'm Trudell. It's Lakers Talk on ESPN LA.
Looking for paint that actually lasts? Vista Paint delivers expert quality, rich color, and pro-trusted durability, backed by over 60 years of experience. From your home to your next big project, we've got you covered. Vista Paint, since 1956.
Don't miss the countdown to kickoff. Presented by BMO, official bank of LAFC.
The Black and Gold fell to San Diego FC at BMO Stadium over the weekend. What's happening? It's Mario Reeves. I'm going to react to that loss and quickly turn to the next match in Colorado. I got Rapids radio voice Connor Cape joining me to preview Wednesday night's matchup. It's Countdown to Kickoff presented by BMO. Tomorrow night at 6 p.m.
BMO presents Countdown to Kickoff, hosted by Mario Ruiz on ESPN LA.
Located in the heart of downtown Los Angeles, Crypto.com Arena is pulling back the curtain and unveiling new behind-the-scenes VIP tours. Presented by Delta Airlines, which offers an exclusive look inside one of the world's most iconic sports and entertainment venues, expert guides will lead small groups through spaces that have hosted legendary sports championships, world-renowned concerts, and epic awards. Guests will also explore the VIP areas and experience the arena's latest renovations. Visit CryptoArena.com/tours for more info.
Being a sports fan in Los Angeles can be unpredictable. Your ice cream shouldn't be. For over 80 years, Thrifty has delivered the exact same legendary experience, right down to our signature cylindrical scoop. It's the brand this city was raised on, and the easiest call you'll make on game day. Skip the debate. Just grab the carton everyone already agrees on. Thrifty Ice Cream, a California classic. Available at most major retailers.
If Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea was your best friend, it would be the kind of friend that starts an impromptu dance party in the supermarket aisle that turns into an all-day pool party rager at your place, and you don't even own a pool. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea turns any day into a legendary adventure. It's smooth and refreshing real iced tea with just the right kick of alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
John's day is off to a slow start. So he heads to AutoZone, where he can get a battery for under $100. Lonnie, a local AutoZoner, tests his battery for free. Looks like he just needs a charge, and Lonnie does that for free too. In no time at all, John is back on the road, ready to finish the day strong. Free battery testing and charging at every store. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
The radio home of Mike Trudell is the radio home of Lakers basketball.
I mean, it's also the radio home of Chris Geeter McGee from Spectrum Sportsnet.
It's going to be a summer of Geeter at ESPN LA.
Exactly right. Geeter and Trudell together tonight on Lakers Talk.
Lakers Talk is presented by Hoag Orthopedic Institute.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. Visit HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com to get the help you need today.
On 7:10 a.m., the all-new ESPN LA app, and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. Get in that chat, Jack. Lakers Talk keeps rolling right now.
I let the trophies do it. Around here we the best. Now come and hold me to it. I specialize in everything that can't be done. Ain't no more talking.
Is that Ron?
It is, yeah. Ron Artest.
What's up, Ron?
Ron.
I kind of can mess with this song a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not immediately turning it off.
I roll with Ron.
Yeah. I thought he did a nice job with this. The production's pretty good.
We had met on for a year or so, 2 years. He was hanging out with us. He was great.
One of the nicest guys.
He's a really sweet guy.
One of the great guys of all time.
Always
we love
enjoyed
to
him.
Eat. I'll never forget him coming in on Bagel Thursday at our work and taking 4 boxes home because we told him to. But I'll never forget the look on his face. He came from Raising Cane's one time, and he sits down to eat. You know, we got the game going, and he got like the 30. There's like a 30 piece you can get, and he was starving. And they did not give Meta the World any sauce. And that look on his face, I was like,
that's tough.
Remember when he crushed James Harden?
Yep.
It kind of had that look.
Yeah.
And we were just cracking up. Like, B. Moore, my producer, and I were like, can you imagine the kid at Raising Cane's that gave Meta?
Well,
Ron, no sauce for a 30 bag?
It's funny you mentioned that because for Riggs' birthday, so Riggs just turned 6, but he considers his older brother's friends kind of like to be his friends. So he wanted to invite all of them to Dave & Buster's. So we end up going to Dave & Buster's with about like 6 kids that are the twins' age that are going into 6th grade, and then Riggs. And afterwards we go to Raising Cane's, right? And so I'm like, all right, guys, so you go sit down. Let me handle this. I like to do a group order, right? I like to see how efficient that I can be. And you mentioned it, Cane's has the catering menu on the far right side. And I look up there and I'm like, all right, do I go with 25 or 40?
6 kids?
Yeah, it's 6 kids. Then there's a couple younger siblings, but then it's me, my wife Annie, and then our friends Eric and Maddie. And so I'm like, all right, so I got 4 adults in here, and I go for the 25 piece. Now ended up being the perfect order. We had 2 extras, so the whole group consumed 23 wings. Now with that though, Geeter, we needed 12 sauces. Okay, and they have the specific Cane sauce that is very good.
That's the sauce Ron did not get. Meta World.
And honestly, I don't know that I could eat that kind of chicken without that sauce. Now, I could put in some Chick-fil-A Polynesian sauce or buffalo sauce, which are my 2 preferred sauces at Chick-fil-A. But if you're talking Cane's, that's part of the deal.
You're not going there without the sauce.
So I don't know how did he even pivot from that? How did he handle? Did he eat them raw? Did he find some ketchup in there?
Yeah,
in the
he
fridge?
wasn't happy. There was really no sauce. Maybe a little ketchup.
Oh my God! I mean, probably found like 2 ketchup packets or something.
He was sitting in the bed like.
Somebody needed.
We just let him go. You know, we didn't want to mess with him.
I don't know if it's
we laughed.
If it was an intern or somebody or an assistant producer, somebody needed to book it there and get the sauce for him. Nobody did that?
No, Mike. We're,
not even go to like another place next door to get him some sauce.
Guys,
come on, man. This guy's a champion.
He didn't know until he sat down for the game. It got delivered.
Man,
we're watching the game. We're doing halftime. We're doing postgame. This is after pregame.
B. Moore needed to call Raising Cane's.
I'm sorry, but did any of your producers see the malice at the Palace, man?
I did.
I
thought about it.
Peter, you should have called Raising. You should have excused yourself from the desk and said, "Guys, I need 5 minutes. Make the phone call, guys. I need sauce here in 10 minutes."
Nobody answered, Mike. They're not answering.
Wow, that's rough.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, shout out to Meta, nonetheless.
Yeah.
Funchy, we were talking about, of course, all of the information coming in the news about the the sale, and then we'll see what happens around it with the Bus family. Let's take a couple of calls, and without even throwing out the number, and the number is
877-710-ESPN, 877-710-3776.
Phone lines were already full here on Lakers Talk, and we have Nicholas in Upland. What's up, Nick?
Hey, how you guys doing? So I have two quick takes. First, as a Laker fan, I don't like it. I feel a little bad for the Bus family and Jeannie. I think Jeannie, I feel like we're losing a little bit of like image here, but obviously if we win, it makes up for it. Second part is I think Jeannie is going to do everything she can to use her influence behind the scenes to potentially block the sale altogether, because it hasn't been pushed through yet. The governor still has to approve the sale to the Kushner family, right? So that still has to go through. So it's not finalized yet. And the only reason why the Bus family want to sell their portion is because of the $2.5 billion increase. So that's my hot take. I think Jeannie's going to do everything she can to block everything behind the scenes.
All right, Nicholas, thank you for the call. Let's go to Seth in Long Beach. What's up, Seth?
Hey, Michael, did I hear that you went to Dave & Buster's and Raising Cane's in the same day? Because
yes,
I don't know. That's crazy money right there. I feel like you might be buying the Lakers in 14 months. Color me very impressed here. Okay?
Well, Seth, hold on. Seth, hold on.
Not every kid needs sauce, all right? They can toughen up. Hey, I'm going to go off topic for a second. Jeter, I don't think that was really you dancing on The Price is Right. I think that was CGI. It was the deep state fake, and I demand an apology now, okay?
I am telling you, it was me, and I was wearing jorts,
God.
I promise, with the sweatshirt around my waist.
Oh, my God, I'm the goofy volleyball player from 94, but at a small school. And then last thing, we got, with the new ownership group coming in, this is very important. My child wants to know if Laker games, if they're still going to have red vines and Dippin' Dots. Has that been confirmed? They'll still sell them at game time? Are we okay with that?
I got to think crypto is still all over that.
Okay.
Right?
Don't worry about that.
I got to go now.
Tell your little one. Yeah, tell your little one it's going to be all good. The Dippin' Dots are still going to be there. The red vines are still going to be there. Their games are going to be played at crypto no matter what happens here with ownership.
All right. That was a good call from Seth because he got a lot in there. All right. He got a personal anecdote about you. He got one about me. Here's what I'll say. The reason that I went to Cane's after Dave & Buster's and didn't just stay to eat at Dave & Buster's is I just thought that was a more efficient way to feed the group. Because if you want to feed the group at Dave & Buster's, you got to make the big orders off the menu, and then you got to go to the separate part of the room, and it's just a lot going on there, and it's probably overall more expensive. So I thought that was an efficiency move, in frankly a veteran move for me to go from one to the other. Either.
Yeah, it's a very good move. And you were thinking, like you said, it's a much bigger mess if you're doing it all day.
Did you get dessert after?
Staying there.
Not dessert because it was like
after Chick-fil-A. No?
It was like 140 after Raising Cane's. It was like 145, and they were so stuffed up on. I mean, I had to get the extra Texas toast. Also,
okay. Yeah,
for them, you know what I'm talking about?
Again,
the Texas toast.
Yes.
Yeah.
Again, you need the sauce, guys.
Yeah, and for that as well.
Or else we're not going there.
As for the question, sort of about the ownership in the shift to go back to the first call as well, Geeter. I mean, once the majority stake was the Bus family sold the majority stake, right, to Mark Walter in that group, I think at that point, right, whether the time period that was mentioned that she would still be in control because of the amount that you have to be a controlling owner and still go to the meetings and et cetera, is, what is it, 15, 16%?
Mm-hmm. 15%.
But that was only to last for an interim period. And at some
5
point,
years, right? 3 to 5 years.
Whether it was Mark Walter or somebody in his group, right, would have then become that person there. So that part of the clock, right, that it was fortunately or unfortunately, however you want to look at it, right, when you sell the majority, you are selling away control of the team at some point. We saw this just happen with Boston, right? That happened almost right away. The new ownership group came in, and Wick Grusback, who I think thought he was going to be there for a while, did not stay. When Mark Cuban sold the majority share, that was a transaction that almost happened immediately as well. And I think that he thought he was going to stay on for a certain amount of time. He did not. Glenn Taylor sold the Timberwolves, even though that one took a while because of the parameters that Taylor put in place. He is now no longer involved in any way there, right? And so I think that ultimately, and Geeter, you made the point, which I think is an excellent one, that we should be basically celebrating and thanking the Bus family for the stewardship over the years, for all of that they brought to this, for all of the innovation that Dr. Jerry Buss had. The greatest owner in sports history to me.
Yeah, I mean, and really this happened a year ago, right, when the original sale to the Mark Walter Group, that started the clock on kind of the end of the Buss era, even though Jeannie was still involved. And we saw new ownership come in. And as I was saying in Crosstalk, if you weren't listening then, it was we have yet to really, there was no chance to really see an imprint, right? Like, I think the excitement around the Walter Group was because of what we have seen with the Dodgers over years, right? But we have not seen it yet with the Lakers. It really didn't have time to show.
That's right.
So now new ownership's coming in. And listen, I also don't know what relationships are out there. Like, I don't know what Jeannie's relationship is with new ownership. I don't know what new ownership would feel about what's going on now either. That's fair.
Yeah,
right?
none of us
we
know
haven't
that.
heard from Iger or Kushner yet. So until we do, you just can't make an educated guess on what it's going to be.
No, but I think that but ultimately
you got to have more information, Mike.
We need information for that, but we do. I think we can assume though, and we can presume that Iger and Kushner and whoever they end up bringing in with them, like those are going to be the people who make the decisions moving forward.
Yes.
Right. And that I think is we will see how that works out, but the reputations coming in, I think there's reasons for optimism.
Have you heard the reactions yet from people? I mean, it's kind of a torn, like there's some that are feeling really badly about it, others that are like, we got to move on. So it's a very mixed bag as well, which is going to happen over the next couple weeks until this gets sorted out.
We will get to that as Lakers talk continues. And next, we're going to try to get a hold of Ramona Shelburne. Now, it may not be easy for Funchy, as she's been on TV every other minute here with the news of the day, but we'll try to talk to Momo coming up next on Lakers Talk. It's ESPN LA. He's Geeter. I'm Trudell.
ESPN LA may sound one way on AM.
But you know where it sounds best?
You guessed it, crystal clear digital audio.
Crystal clear digital audio on the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA wherever you get your apps.
And you can always watch LA's mega sports station live or on demand on our YouTube channel at ESPN Los Angeles.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
There you were, surrounded by fans, sharing wings, sharing drinks, high-fiving random strangers. Everybody remembers the game, but nobody remembers the guy coughing behind you until a few days later. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. You wake up, you got a fever, your throat's on fire. So now what? Urgent care closed, ER slammed, telehealth? Maybe, but the pharmacy's closed. You need a medical emergency kit. These are not first aid kits, everybody. They contain essential prescriptions used for over 30 common conditions, sinus and ear infections, UTIs, stomach bugs, traveler's diarrhea, and more. You can even use your doctor-developed guidebook to select the right prescription or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. It's like an urgent care in a drugstore in your house. When you're sick, traveling, or stranded, you'll wish you ordered a medical emergency kit. Order online in minutes, and it's shipped to your door. Save $45 with our promo code 710 at urgentcarekit.com/710. That's promo code 710 at urgentcarekit.com/710.
In a world parched for excitement, one drink will emerge. Twisted Tea, the refreshing thrill ride of flavor. Recreating its classic role as the hard iced tea that goes down smooth. Twisted Tea doesn't just taste like real iced tea, it's made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol. Taste the adventure with Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Progressive presents the Passionate Sports Fan Checklist. Signed jersey of your favorite bench warmer? Check. 14 bobbleheads that look nothing like the players they're emulating? Check. Twin TVs so you can watch the game on 2 different networks simultaneously? Check. Life-size wall sticker of your favorite player that routinely freaks you out at night? Check. A second life-size wall sticker so after the first one freaks you out, you see the second and you're like, oh right, the wall stickers. Check and mate. Bundle your renters and auto insurance with Progressive and save on protection for the things on your checklist. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers not available in all states or situations covered subject to policy terms.
This is Lakers Talk.
This is Lakers Talk on ESPN LA with Mike Trudell and Chris McGee from Spectrum Sportsnet. Trudell and Geeter with you
on your home of Lakers basketball.
Lakers Talk on 7:10 a.m. The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. Get in that chat, Jack. We keep rolling with Lakers Talk right now.
All right, welcome back to Lakers Talk. Geeter, you and I had a whole show planned out, but then when we saw the news of the day, the basic show plan was let's see if we can get Ramona to call in for a couple of minutes. So let's get right to Ramona Shelburne.
She has been everywhere.
She's all over the place, and on this story specifically, Ramona, is there something that you've learned like in the last hour that you would like to say right now that's different from all the previous reporting? If not, start wherever you want to start.
Okay, hold on. I'm just keeping it all straight in my head here.
Yeah.
In the last hour, what's happened in the last hour? My sense is this is just going to go to court, let's just break down what we're really talking about, okay?
Yep.
What we're really talking about is a family drama. Nothing about Mark Walter's sale to Bob Iger and Josh Kushner is in doubt. The question is whether or not the Buss family can sell the remaining 17.8% of the Lakers to Bob and Josh tag-along provision, okay? So let's explain what that is. The tag-along provision says if Mark, and this was part of the original sale to Mark Walter, okay, that if Mark were to sell his shares, the Buss family would have the opportunity to, quote, tag along to Mark's sale of his shares at the same valuation that Mark got. So that valuation was $12.5 billion. That vote took place, I guess, this morning, and it was 5-0 with Jeannie Buss abstaining. Her contention is the 5 siblings who voted to sell do not have that right to do that because she is the controlling owner, and she is not just the controlling owner of the Lakers, she's the controlling owner of the family. Stay with me. We're going to get real technical. The trust is what owns those shares. Like, each individual sibling doesn't actually own the shares. They just get payouts from the family trust, which owns the shares. There are 3, they're called co-trustees with Jeannie as the head of the board of directors. Those 3 are Jeannie, and Joey, okay? That was changed in 2017 after the sort of failed coup that Jim and Johnny attempted. And in 2017, there's a court order that requires the other co-trustees, that's Jamie and Joey, to continue to vote for the trust to have at least 15% of the Lakers and for Jeannie to remain the controlling owner of the Lakers. So her contention is that court order is still in effect, that they don't have the right to vote along provision. And I think this letter to the lawyers of the other siblings, I mean, this is not filed, nobody's suing anybody yet, okay? It's just a letter between lawyers. So let's see what the response is now. And then let's see where it goes from here. Is this going to end up in court? Is it going to go to an arbitrator? It's really just about who has the controlling shares and who has controlling ownership. I guess here's something I learned in the last little bit. Bob Iger and Jeannie Buss have recently met. I believe this was late last week. And, his quote to Kobe Price from the California Post was, "We intend to honor the agreement between Mark and Jeannie," which, by the way, was in writing. I can tell you in reporting-wise, it was in writing. It wasn't just from handshake. And then, of course, he said if something changes, then it changes. So clearly now the 5 siblings think something has changed. But we're just going to have to see where this legal process plays out. And I think if you're Iger and Kushner, the play is to sit back and wait and see how it plays out. Continue on with your business with Mark Walter and let the family fight it out themselves.
Ramona Geter, I guess it's kind of a two-part question. I was reading your article before the show, and it's my understanding that Mr. Iger and Kushner have not given a statement about this yet. And I guess my second part, you kind of answered with Jeannie and Bob meeting last week, was just if you know anything about that relationship. Did they have a prior relationship? Like I know with Mark Walter, he was in the ownership group for 5 years, so she got to know him before he took over control.
Yeah, they have a prior relationship. They do. They just know each other from being important people in Los Angeles. You know, I think he's been at games and certainly been in broadcast deals. I think she's been on the committee that does the broadcast deals. But I think just being important people in LA, they know each other. And then I know, you know, he met with her. I think it was Friday. It could be Saturday, but I think it was Friday. Or Thursday, something late. Late last week. He met with her. They had a good meeting. But again, you know, this agreement she had was with Mark. I believe it stays in effect, but I don't know if it's up to them. You know, I mean, my logic tells me nobody spends that much money to let somebody else run the team. Mark was okay with it because he was a minority owner, and I think that was a condition of her selling to him. You know, once it's no longer yours, it's no longer yours. You know, so I don't know. I don't know what's going to supersede what or how Iger and Kushner are going to play this. I think the smart play is to just go through with the transaction with Mark Walter directly and let the family fight it out and see where that ends up.
Yeah, kind of to that point, Ramona, it all happened quickly, all right, in terms of, and you know this more than anybody, as you got the original call and then all of a sudden you're reporting the story and it's done. But when is the deal for the new ownership group? When is that actually supposed to take place, do you think? And then how soon after that would Iger and Kushner and whoever they're going to hire and bring in with them, are they going to start, you know, impacting things on the business or the basketball side?
Okay, so the next Board of Governors meeting is in September. I guess that's kind of the soonest it could. Well, I guess they could be reviewing things before that. But I mean, the last one, it broke in like June, and then it went through in October. Pretty fast, right? 4 months.
Yep.
So I would assume, you know, their financing is somewhat in order because they were bidding on the expansion process. And, you know, the headlines on Mark, you know, seem to suggest some level of urgency to have, you know, to get liquidity. But, you know, that's just that's a read of the stories and the reporting that have been on there. But I the same thing, right? I think the Journal and Financial Times. I can tell you there was a story today. This is something I learned in the last hour. There was a story today from the Financial Times about Todd Bowley and Mark Walter having some interest in selling their shares in Chelsea Football Club. Here's what I can add to that. Apparently they've been in talks with Clear Lake for about 12 months on that. Like, that's not necessarily recent. I think that's been going on for like almost a year. So I think that but it's true. There's some level of interest in that, and B, those talks have been going on for a while. And the reason I bring it up is because everybody brings up the Dodgers, which is the next part of it. You know, are they for sale? I keep being told they're not, but I keep answering. I'm sure people are calling, you know.
Yeah, we were saying that too, Ramona.
Very,
I mean, I'm sure people are reading the tea leaves and seeing what's happening. And then the story today with Chelsea, I assume they're getting calls, at least asking.
Yeah, but the Chelsea discussions with Clear Lake, I can tell you, have been going on for, I just learned this, I think, for almost 12 months or around 12 months. Sounds like they've been going on for a while. Like, it's not sold the Lakers and then Clear Lake called about Chelsea. I think that's this Chelsea situation is predating all of it.
Ramona, how about the wild 5 days? I kind of went through this with Mike, just that timeline of waking up last Wednesday and right before 7 a.m. it breaks that Bob Iger and Kushner are buying the Lakers from Mark Walter. That kind of threw everybody into a like, wait, how is this happening? And then 5 days later, you think the bus era is over, and then a couple hours after that, well, maybe it's not. It's just been, you've been here forever as well. This is a wild 5 days in Lakerland.
Yeah, I went to Disneyland in between. It was weird. It's just like family trip. This is the time of year where we all take little trips, right? Reporters have kind of been in the middle of stuff. Like, my husband's family was in town. We had this date on the books for months. And I was like, I guess I could still go and just answer my phone. But, I wasn't expecting to report anything like this with Mark selling the shares. That caught me absolutely by surprise Tuesday night, and then I confirmed it in the morning, right? And then this thing with the Bus family, no, not super surprised. I had when Mark sold his shares, I had heard there was some stuff going on within the family, and I had been making calls on this for a while. I didn't know where this would end up. I didn't know if people were going to buy each other out, if they were going to, fight each other, or they were going to dispute it, But I definitely had heard stuff right after I reported on Mark selling his shares, because I think the number is quite high. And I'll tell you this, I don't know how closely you read the story, but I've heard that there was a vote on selling shares 3 or 4 months ago, and that they only had 3 votes after the situation after Mark sold his shares at this number. 2 more came on board, and I think it's because of the number. Because, why would they sell for $10 billion, and when they, now it's 12.5? It's just a lot more money. I did a quick addition. It's $2.25 billion. That this would be 17.8. So divided by 6, each share is another $370 million.
Yeah.
If this were to go through, I don't think anything has been lined up with Thrive Capital or, Josh Kushner, Bob Iger, et cetera. I don't think anything's lined up. I think it's just part of the tag-along option that they believe they have. So there's just, are they interested in buying those other shares? Is that just part of the tag-along? There's just a lot of things that need to get sorted out, which is why I think the most likely path for this is the family's going to in lawyer letters and maybe in court, and the other part of the sale will proceed separately.
Ramona Shelburne joining us here on Lakers Talk on a Monday evening in what is usually a quiet portion of the season. And Ramona, real quick, did you stay at the hotel at least one night so you can go in the park at the first day and then get a little rest and then go back?
But my husband's family was staying at the Grand Californian.
Oh, there you go.
So we got to go in with them and then go to the swimming.
Oh yeah, then you get the pool there. Yeah. That's nice. Okay, that's the A move right there.
I got super burnt though. My whole back is sunburnt because I forgot to put sunscreen on my back, and I'm I'm way too old to be forgetting things like that, Mike.
Well, look, the kids tend to take up a certain portion of your brain. You know what I mean? So you're forgiven for that.
By the way, Ramona, smaller story, off-track betting in the Himalayas. I'm sure you're following it. So that's a fletch line. Little other story, just kind of breaking today. So the league saying Steve Ballmer is kind of free and clear. That little smaller story going on.
Okay, so I'm one of the bylines on that one too.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm one of the bylines on that. That's Baxter and Don Van Natta, doing a lion's share of the work. I want to always give credit where credit's due. Those 2 guys are incredible reporters, and I kind of helped a little here, but my feeling on that is. Read that story carefully and what Baxter and how they phrased it. Okay. In terms of the salary cap circumvention charge, where they would need evidence that Steve Ballmer directly told team sponsors to funnel money to Kawhi to circumvent the salary cap. Do they have a smoking gun? What we're hearing is that right now they don't seem to have that, but the conversations and the negotiations that are taking place right now between the league and Ballmer's attorneys, et cetera, sort of what the findings that have been discussed with them have more to do with the conversations and introductions that the Clippers made to the sponsors, how they did it. And then there's this question of a failure to supervise, So I don't think they're I would not say they're getting off. I would just say the longest charge, maybe they haven't found that exact proof, right? I mean, because listen, I listen to Pablo's podcast too. They're incredibly compelling. The reporting is really strong. There's what people have read and he's reported, all of that. You have to just look at the letter of the law to say, does this direct proof that Steve Ballmer directed the sponsor to do this for the express purpose of salary cap circumvention? I mean, it's very hard to prove that highest of the high thing unless you get Steve, like an email from Steve or a text or whatever. I mean, and also could still change, could still be negotiated, could still go through arbitration. Like, there's just a lot more to come on that story. Just kind of the best way I would say is it's a snapshot of where things are right.
Yeah, we will dig into that a little bit more in the second hour. I had one last kind of Lakers overarching thing to put on your plate, Ramona, and just deal with it as you like. To start the show, I think our collective contention here is basically, okay, the Lakers basketball team, the 15 players, J.J. Redick, and then Rob Pelinka, and then all of the other staffers and stuff, that has been largely unchanged by all of the stuff that we've been talking about, right? And so when you actually get to the preseason, after the preseason in Slovenia, and you get into those games in October, right, at some point, right, Bob Iger and Kushner and like whoever else that they bring in will be making that kind of eventual top decision, but we aren't necessarily going to see anything different or the expectation of the new ownership group to change from what is now established as has to be the expectation for anybody wearing the purple and gold in the pursuit of championships. So I'm just trying to I don't know that I can draw the immediate connection other than that they're going to be very well financed and they're going to want to win. But how will we actually see that impact the basketball? That remains to be seen as for if they're going to do any new hires or anything like that.
Yeah, I think you're right on that. And look, to be honest, the most important thing that's happening for the on-court basketball product is happening in Slovenia this week because Luke is hosting the whole team except for Cam McCarr, right? Well, that's kind of what matters. Now, who's going to be the general manager? Who has say over that? Is it going to still be Jeannie? Will it be Iger Kushner? Will it be some kind of combination of Jeannie, Iger, Kushner? Will Jeannie be totally gone? That's yet to be resolved. We don't know anything there yet. We just don't. Like, I don't think we can say anything, but until the legal situation resolves and then until the sale goes through, it's quote unquote business as usual. It's everybody who's been hired and put in place to do those jobs has to keep doing their jobs. You know, I mean, think about it, like the Padres sale just went through. Okay. It just went through. So what happened during the transition period? Normally what you would do when the family sold because Peter Seidler, passed away, right? Like and then went to Jose Feliciano, and I think that's Clear Lake, right? Isn't that essentially what he owns? The same one that's potentially buying Chelsea. I'm sure the old ownership group, which is the GM and team presidents and everything like that, they're still in place. They're just operating as they were, but they're also running things by the new guys. That's how it went when the Bust family sold their shares to Mark Walter. Until that sale went through from June until October, they were just telling Mark Walter everything. And then once Mark officially took over, then you started to see a few changes. There were some very notable firings, among them some of the family members that happened in around Thanksgiving. Does that sound right?
Yep.
I'm trying to get my
Yes.
dates right. Around Thanksgiving, it was pretty ugly. And then I think there was new hires made. Like Lon Rosen took over as president of the team or something. There's been some big changes, but it usually doesn't happen until the new group takes over. They're just kind of read in on big personnel things before because they're obviously going to be running things later.
All right, Ramona, thank you so much for taking the time for us.
Yeah,
I know
Ramona,
it's been a busy day.
What a long day for you.
Yeah, appreciate you.
It's about to get longer.
getting a latte.
Well, it's only Monday.
Start again very early
It's only Monday, so you know.
Yeah,
And by the way, Ramona, you're also a mom.
Yeah,
Good luck with that too.
I know. I have a really good husband who takes the kids on a drive instead of, please don't let them run in here while I'm doing this TV. Okay. All right.
All right. Sounds good. We'll see you later.
Thanks,
All right, bye.
All right.
She is all over everything today, by the way.
Let's unpack that.
Yes.
All right, coming back, and we will get into some of the Clipper stuff potentially in the second half. If there's something that has occurred to you while listening and you would like to share and potentially chat with me and Geeter, feel free.
Jump on in.
Funchy Leva, what's the number for him?
877-710 ESPN, 877-3776.
By the way, what's up, Kasim? You all right?
Yeah.
You
Just
good?
kind of taking in all the info. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Hey, man.
In August, too. So.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Plenty more to come on Lakers Talk with Geeter and Mike Trudell.
Morongo's giving away a Mustang GT Fastback. It's sleek and turns heads. We already have so much in common. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
Walker Hayes is bringing that country stuff to Morongo on the 22nd.
Number 2.
Morongo's Travel Center gas prices are the lowest around.
And the number 1 reason.
We're giving away a 2026 Mustang GT Fastback, the 31st.
Morongo, good times.
Vista Paint is California's original paint company and has been serving pros and homeowners since 1956. Our paints are formulated for lasting performance, beautiful finishes, and made to withstand the weather. Vista Paint, locally made, expertly crafted, always reliable.
From blockbuster trades and coaching moves to buzzer beaters and breaking headlines,
ESPN Los Angeles is your home for the stories that move the sports world. ESPN LA Breaking News is powered by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. Pull up, drive in, and let Valvoline's expert technicians keep your vehicle performing at its peak, so you're always ready for the next big play.
Visit SoCalOilChange.com for game-winning coupons and to find a Valvoline Instant Oil Change near you.
Keeping Southern California moving and powering ESPN LA Breaking News.
On September 2nd, DraftKings Game Day arrives with massive deals, exclusive deals, and an all-day celebration built for sports fans. The DraftKings Sports app now available in all 50 states. That means California from Texas to Florida. One app, every sport, all 50 states. Remember the date, September 2nd. DraftKings Game Day is the kickoff of a new season and the biggest day in sports history. New DraftKings customers sign up with code LA710, spend $5 to get $150 in rewards within 14 days. That's code LA710 in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions do apply. $50 every 7 days via click-to-claim issued in non-withdrawable predictions dollars that expire in 1 year. Ends August 23rd. Terms, dkng.co/predictions promo. Nationwide based on sportsbook, predictions, and free-to-play sports contest availability. Varies by state.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News and World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
The radio home of Mike Trudell is the radio home of Lakers basketball.
I mean, it's also the radio home of Chris Geeter McGee from Spectrum Sportsnet.
It's going to be a summer of Geeter at ESPN LA.
Exactly right. Geeter and Trudell together tonight on Lakers Talk.
Lakers Talk is presented by Hoag Orthopedic Institute.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. Visit HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com to get the help you need today.
On 7:10 a.m., the all-new ESPN LA app, and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. Get in that chat, Jack. Lakers Talk keeps rolling right now.
Welcome back to Liquor Talk. Bacardi is definitely one of the first liquors that I tried, either. You remember the first bottle of liquor? For me, it was either Bacardi, maybe actually Bacardi Limon or Captain Morgan. I think it was one of those two.
Yeah, you had a handle, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I didn't have a ton of the handle, but I had,
It was like
shots
plain-
were
it was-
in vogue.
The first beer I ever had just said beer on it. It was literally the plain rap beer. And I threw up and told this story on the Marco Travis show. And then the one that just said vodka on it, it was just there was no name. So those nights ended up. But when you're a little younger and in high school and you don't know any better, and
Well, the first beer that I ever had was actually in college. I was kind of scared straight in high school from drinking. My parents were on me and all that. That didn't stop my siblings. But what stopped me was I was in 8th grade, and the senior captain of the varsity soccer team got busted in a drinking situation. He lost his captainship, lost his scholarship to a place he was going to go play, and I was like, it's not worth it. I'm not doing it. Got scared. Then when I got to college, I was like, okay, this is fine. And it was out of a keg, so I don't know what the type of beer was, but I do remember
it could have been anything at that point.
There's something different of it coming out of the keg. This is probably not what people thought we were going to start the segment
No,
with, but then Kasim went and
My
played.
first beer was Old English 800.
Yeah,
English
man.
800.
Yeah,
that old E.
Yeah, that old E.
That was that was what we were. Well, I was about a junior, senior in high school. We were into the old E and the Mickey's Big Mouth.
Malt liquor. St. Ides.
Okay, quick tangent, and then we'll break down what Ramona just said. You ever heard of Cisco?
Of course.
So I had not the musical artist, but the kind of like cheap malt liquor compilation.
It's like a stronger Barnes and James wine cooler.
But like stronger in the sense that it's unfiltered in a lot of ways, and not just not what you want to be drinking.
Yeah.
But some of my good friends on the football team would drink that regularly, and they called me over to play one of the Northwestern drinking games. It's called Cap. So Geeter, we're about this far apart, right? You have a pint glass in front of you. I have a pint glass in front of me.
Yep.
Okay. I take a cap off of whatever. Like take a Coors Light bottle cap. Boom.
Yeah.
I throw it in your cup. If it lands in your cup and you don't counter it, you have to drink it. So you play it with beer, and then it's not that big.
You're
of a
talking
deal.
about caps.
Caps, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys played that too?
Oh my God, of course.
Okay. Oh, great.
Yeah,
All right.
you have a cup, I have a cup. Boom, boom,
All right.
boom. If I
So-
sink it, you drink. Yeah.
Sounds like we'll have to set this up.
Yeah, you played a 21, played a 15, 11, whatever you
Exactly.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, caps, tournaments, the whole deal.
All right, you either you find a partner and I'll find a partner.
I have a partner for us.
Okay, or you and I will take on. I don't know, maybe Luke and Richard Jefferson or something. That sounds like somebody that know how to play caps. We would probably lose that. Anyway, they would play. The football players would play with Cisco, and again, I had never tried it before, so I was like,
Yeah.
it's and so but having one half of a beer is relative, or sorry, having one half of a Cisco in a pint glass is like having 17 beers, and I did not know that before the game started.
Mike, I don't think that was a good idea.
It was not a good idea.
I don't know how you got yourself into that.
Because they were like the cruel football player Roger Jordan and Shank El Dashian Knicks. They know who they are.
Yeah, they know.
I think they did this intentionally.
They know all about this, don't they?
They call me once a month just to talk about it. It's like remember that night when White Mike when you did the that's that was not a great night for me. It's the only time I've ever blacked out. So I don't really remember what happened after that. I think Roger put me on his back. He was like a 230-pound wide receiver / tight end and carried me to my dorm room. I think that's what happened. Anyway, what did you take from Ramona's conversation?
Yeah, listen, she's been all over it all day, and there's a ton there. And I think I kind of wanted to know more from the new ownership side where their heads are at and when we're going to find out that information. And she had thought maybe they just sit back and let this play out is how they will handle it. Also, relationship with Jeannie. She had said they met on Friday and that they've known each other, but she doesn't know, to what depth the relationship is, just being two important people in the city of Los Angeles. So that kind of stuff to me was super curious. And also, Mike, bottom line is, when you hear about, the 5-0 vote and the trustees of the trust, which are Janie, Joey, and Jeannie, that they have to enact that sale from 2017. Remember, 2017 was when that went down. Joey, Jesse, with the brothers, with Jimmy and Johnny. I believe that was 2017 when that was put into place.
Yes, and then on the flip side, though, right? I think there was another vote about selling to Mark Walter and his group, and that I think was going to be a majority rules vote, I believe, and that's a whole nother element of this. But as Ramona said, that will all play out, maybe in court, maybe not, maybe they'll figure something out before then. Ultimately, like what I'm most curious about, and to put to aside, I think all that the Buss family has done for the Lakers and all the gratitude that should be there. What is most interesting to me moving forward is what is Bob Iger's vision, right, of having his own team after running a massive corporation. By the way, we are on ESPN right now. After running that, and I think by all accounts, overall, growing the business tremendously. And then what is Josh Kushner all about, and who has had a ton of success in the investment industry, and like just one of the ones I was reading about was Instagram, which you and I are still certainly on. I'm locked in there on Millie's USC videos, right, and just seeing what's going to happen amongst many other things. That's not part of my algorithm. So I'm very curious to see what they want to do now that they're going to be the ones that are kind of making the big decisions. And I just think that regardless, though, of the curiosity, like, you don't buy the Los Angeles Lakers if you're not trying to win championships.
No, you don't.
You could have started your own thing in Las Vegas, which, by the way, was what they were likely to do.
That's what they were trying to get originally, and then pivoted towards
and
the Lakers.
Doesn't that pivot just in its own right, Geeter? Doesn't that pivot indicate what they probably want?
Yeah, I mean, I am definitely, as a Laker fan, intrigued and curious and excited to see kind of what moves they want to make, what changes they make. Those can also be scary for a lot of people, which I completely understand as well. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. We don't know them as an ownership group. Like, here's the thing, man. We were very fortunate. We knew the Buss family for a long, long time, right? And then the Mark Walter group we knew because of the Dodgers. Oh, they're great with contracts. They're going to use every resource they can to bolster the franchise. Now, we just don't know this group. So I'm excited to hear kind of what their vision is when we do hear it.
All right, coming up next, we have Dave McMenamin to see if he can add some additional details to everything going on in the story. And you had asked Ramona one question about this whole situation with the Clippers. Talk about another complicated situation. And had some thoughts on what she said we didn't have time for during the interview. So we'll get to that coming up next on Lakers Talk, ESPN LA.
710 ESPN, your home for the 17-time world champion Lakers.
KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Is there anything Albert, my AI financial assistant, can't do? Albert, can you create a financial plan just for me?
Yes. I've reviewed your accounts, income, and spending. Here's your plan and a few suggestions.
Great. Any savings I'm missing out on?
I reorganized your budget and found an extra $500 this month. Would you like me to transfer that to your savings?
Sure.
Done.
Oh, I'm thinking about moving. Can you get me more cash?
Albert can get you a loan up to $10,000 fast. How does that sound?
Sounds perfect. Looks like Albert really can do everything.
Download the Albert app and use promo code EASY to try Genius, your AI financial assistant, and get up to $10,000. Just download the Albert app and use promo code EASY to try Genius and get up to $10,000. Promo code EASY.
Don't miss the countdown to kickoff. Presented by BMO, official bank of LAFC.
The Black and Gold fell to San Diego FC at BMO Stadium over the weekend. What's happening? It's Mario Reeves. I'm going to react to that loss and quickly turn to the next match in Colorado. I got Rapids radio voice Connor Cape joining me to preview Wednesday night's matchup. It's Countdown to Kickoff presented by BMO tomorrow night at 6 p.m.
BMO presents Countdown to Kickoff, hosted by Mario Ruiz on ESPN LA.
It's time for a new era of Lakers talk on ESPN LA.
What's up, ball knowers? It's your favorite Lakers Southern reporter, Mike Trudell.
Right now.
Well, not only do we have Mike Trudell now on Lakers Talk, we got this guy.
Hey, it's Geeter. Chris McGee of Spectrum Sportsnet.
Trudell and Geeter, the duo of extreme ball knowers.
Ball knowers.
Lakers Talk is presented by Hoag Orthopedic Institute.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. Visit HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com to get the help you need today.
Geeter and Trudell, tonight with you on Lakers Talk.
ESPN LA.
And on this Monday, August 17th, 2026. Think about this. Last Monday night, we were talking about Trudell on that Love Boat. And a week later, we're talking about Buss family drama. Are the Busses in? Are they out? Is Jeannie in? Is she out? So much news today. So much drama. We're going to talk about it all. Oh, and maybe we'll get to some actual basketball. Lakers talk with Geeter and Trudell tonight. Plus, we got Funch and Love of producer Michael Funches, that brother Kasim on the ones and twos, and you. Let's do it. DJ, let's go. Lakers talk on your Monday night on ESPN LA right now.
That's right, Chris. This is Lakers Talk with Chris Geeter McGee. My name is Mike Trudell, and on an evening in August that usually is the quiet NBA season, not only do we have all of this Lakers information coming out, but an update as to what's going on the other side of town with the Los Angeles Clippers and this whole investigation into the Clippers and their involvement with Kawhi Leonard, essentially getting no-show sponsorship deals from multiple team partners. So you asked Ramona a question about this, Geeter, and I think she summarized it in a way by saying, first of all, you got to read the full article, and there is one up on ESPN.com right now. So it's Don Van Natta Jr.,
On
Baxter
that note,
Holmes,
real quick, Mike,
Ramona.
I didn't have time to read that article because when it came out and I started to think about it and go on to social media, the Laker news was a little more important to me.
Yeah.
So I didn't get deep
I get
into that article.
I get
but
that.
I did listen to Pablo Torre a little bit today.
Well, good, that's good. So merge that into, because I did read the article.
Yeah.
Let's merge these two things, because Pablo Torre has obviously been the one that has been leading the reporting on this, and with some others, The Athletic has pitched in here and there, ESPN has pitched in here and there. But the contention that I've gotten all along out of the Pablo Torre podcast is that this whole talk of smoking gun, and you heard Ramona bring that up again, and in fact, the first paragraph of this article is along those lines. So I'll quote it. The NBA has found no evidence showing LA Clippers owner Steve Ballmer funneled money through team sponsors to pay Kawhi Leonard in order to circumvent the salary cap, according to three people with knowledge of discussions between the two sides. Instead, the NBA is focused on whether the team's introduction of Leonard to team sponsors constitute a violation of the league's rules prohibiting salary cap circumvention. So I'm going to try to boil this down as simply as I can, and I can understand by the letter of the law if there isn't an email or a phone call, that some wiretap or something like that, in which Steve Ballmer himself or some high-ranking Clippers executive actually writes the words, hey, this payment of $50 million, which Steve Ballmer did, by the way, make a $50 million donation, a payment to Aspiration, aside from Aspiration signing on to be the team's sponsor for certain things with, it wasn't the jersey, was it just the stadium?
Yeah.
Whatever it was. So he didn't write. It sounds like nothing got written down in an email in the way that it did back when the Minnesota Timberwolves got nabbed. All right. And I
there
was
there. No text. There was no email.
Yeah. So
basically no paper trail.
And so if that's how basically criminal enterprises operated, it's like by now people know not to put it into the email or into the text. So if that's the standard by which this is all going to be actually litigated, that to me is a little bit against what the NBA collective bargaining agreement does not require something like that to be written specific. I did this. I circumvented the salary cap. That's the standard to which the Clippers are going to be held here. Am I missing something?
No, you're not. And I mean, of course there's no text. There's no emails. And the introduction was made, correct? Why do you think that introduction was made?
Exactly. Like that's the part of this.
So do you ding Kawhi or does he go unscathed? I mean, Pablo Torre said this on August 7th to Dan Patrick. There's a good chance that Ballmer goes unscathed here. So that's why he tweeted out today, like, I told you. Because if you're just investigating and trying to find, that actual receipt in terms of an email or proof, because the whistleblower is saying this, it's not going to be out there.
But so the standard of the legal system, it obviously, it's different depending on how many resources you have in some ways.
Why would you have, if your Aspirations or your Daktronics, why is Kawhi Leonard getting that much money? For what? For not doing an appearance?
Right.
For being nowhere
And that's the part of this is you could say, to me,
in terms of an endorser,
you cannot separate Kawhi Leonard from the Clippers in this context, because the sponsors, or in this case the businesses, Daktronics or Aspiration or whatever, they are not going to give Kawhi Leonard money just because he's Kawhi Leonard.
No,
that it's because they were in business with the team that employed him, who could only pay him a certain amount. And even if there isn't direct proof or cause of, hey, you guys do this and we'll pay you this on the other side, there's a clear reason why it happened. And that to me is beyond. It's so simple that I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
What's interesting is, what will the other 29 owners in the league feel about this?
Yeah.
Do they let it go because they don't want Pandora's box opened? Or are they going to be like, hey, is there no slap on this? Is all we get, a slap on the wrist, or even a fine? Or is there going to be draft picks? Is Kawhi going to skate free? I mean, that remains to be seen for me. But what are they going to say?
Yeah, well,
that's going to tell us a lot.
We shall see. Never a dull day in the NBA.
But he's a popular owner, right? Like, he's a popular owner. He's a rich owner.
And I'm not. I don't. To me, this isn't like this.
Yeah,
doesn't have to be.
It's not about. Yeah. Palmer, you're out of here. It's not that. It's
neither,
just,
and it's not even about ball. It's the franchise.
It's the franchise. But if you're doing that to keep a player happy or to be able to pay him more, then that opens a floodgates. There are rules for reasons. I mean, this is why everyone's battling the aprons and the cap. So you can't circumvent that. That's the whole deal.
Yeah,
you can't make another $30 million.
Just want every team to have the same.
That's it.
Want it to be equal. Okay. All right. So coming up next, our buddy Dave McMenamin. Before we get into Laker stuff with Dave, he sent me a text about a fantasy football league that I'm starting for this season that I'm going to give him a hard time about. So that's how we're going to start it. Coming up next with Dave McMenamin on ESPN LA. It's Lakers Talk.
You never know what you're going to get when you wake up with Sedano and Cap.
Like, how much could you really love the Lakers if you flipped it like a property?
Right. I mean, this was a business transaction. This was not about where your heart is. And that's what Mark Walter seemingly did. He flipped the Lakers. Wasn't married to the Lakers.
Yeah.
It was an investment.
It's the morning show with Sedano and Cap. Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA.
It's DeMarco Farr and my guy, attorney Big Al, in studio with me today.
The biggest mistake that people do is think that they can handle a car accident themselves. I don't need a lawyer. I don't need to bother with a lawyer. I'll just do it. It's not a big deal. I'll talk to the insurance company and handle it myself. That's the biggest mistake you could do, because you don't know what you're doing. There are lots of different aspects of a car accident that you're going to mess up. And as you mess up your case in 1 week and 2 weeks and 3 weeks, by the time you call the lawyer, it's way too late. You already messed everything up. So the first mistake is thinking that you can do this yourself. You're not going to do a good job. You're going to hurt yourself and cause yourself a lot of pain down the road. The point of getting an attorney is to let them take care of all the problems. They're the experts. They know how to deal with all the problems. They know how to fix your car. They know how to get you treatment. They know how to deal with insurance companies. Don't do it yourself.
If you're in an accident, I've got a guy, attorney Big Al, 1-800-HURT-123 or attorneybigalca.com.
Attorney Big Al's attorney Ken Klein, based in Los Angeles.
Decisions determine results. So which path do I want to take? Help people in need or stand on the sidelines watching? Worry about how to pay for school or have my education paid for? Push myself and learn new skills or stay the same? My decision is to serve part-time with the Army National Guard, and my results will be life-changing. What will you decide? Go to NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Sponsored by the California Army National Guard. Aired by the California Broadcasters.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone. Group chat. Smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696 0696 and manage your diabetes as easy as...
This is Lakers Talk.
This is Lakers Talk on ESPN LA with Mike Trudell and Chris McGee from Spectrum Sportsnet. Trudell and Geeter with you
on your home of Lakers basketball.
Lakers Talk on 7:10 a.m. The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. Get in that chat, Jack. We keep rolling with Lakers Talk right now.
All right, we're back on Lakers Talk. Chris McGee and Mike Trudell. Now, the gentleman that is joining us on the phone right now, Geeter, is a gentleman that we've known very well for a long time. And the first time I thought of him today was when I got 3 different notifications from the Fantasy Football League, the site where we are running the team. And this individual actually took up 3 spots of the remaining 3 that were left, because it's 18 franchises, 18 owners. And 16, 17, and 18 were all set to Dave McMenamin. So Dave texted me, and Dave, I'd like you to explain what happened here. Are you alleging that you would like to have the 3 teams so that you can kind of make trades amongst yourself, or what's going on here, dude?
No, I wish I could give you an explanation of what happened. I'd give you permission to read the text that I sent you. I think it was something along the lines of, "Hey, Mike, looking forward to the fantasy football draft, was trying to see what date it was today, and somehow came up with multiple teams. I'm a boomer. Can you fix this?" So, yeah, it's kind of what happened.
You were more brief with it.
One team.
Yeah, you said somehow signed up for.
By the way, good chance for Dave at winning if he's got 3 teams in a guillotine league.
Somehow signed up for 2 teams. It actually was 3. Like a boomer. Can you delete one? It has already been handled, Dave. You are set. Your team it's right now goal line Dave McMenamin. I think that's an auto-generated one. So we'll have your teammate. Cool. I'm sure the Syracuse Orangemen will somehow or the Eagles will somehow be included in your name.
Yeah, I like the fledglings has been a fantasy football team in the past, the baby Eagles. So maybe we're.
Hey, this is our first time in a league together. Captain Awesome. Just be ready for Captain Awesome. Buddy.
Oh, all right. Okay, let's go. All
right,
Dave. Nothing happened today, huh?
Yeah, right. Well, I mean, if you listen to the most recent filing at the end of the day from Jimmy Buss's lawyer, yeah, nothing has happened. The Buss siblings are not selling their 18% shares to Bob Iger and Josh Kushner's ownership group. No, what a wild day is the only way to describe it. And obviously, it all stems back to really a wild week and a half from the moment Bob Iger gets wind of Mark Walter being willing to sell, shifts and pivots away with Kushner from trying to buy the expansion franchise in Las Vegas. I mean, the fact that it was 2 weeks ago, with Mark Walter is the owner, and the Dodgers are putting their influence into the Lakers, and we're talking about how Kessler's going to fit in with Luka Doncic, and the dialogue's completely changed over the last 2 weeks.
Dave, I'm just pulling up your tweets from earlier, which kind of summarize part of what you were getting at, but part of it kind of a lot, or you basically summarized this meeting, right? That was called. Can you just explain that and kind of go through? I know you tweeted it, so you already broke this down in that form. But if you could just synthesize that for us.
And it was my understanding it was a meeting with the Buss family, right, Dave?
Right.
Okay.
So Joe McCormack, who is the counsel who is in charge of the Buss Trust, reaches out to the Buss siblings last Monday. Sources told me, basically calling for an emergency meeting. Okay. From my understanding, that's not really McCormack's style. Usually when there are these meetings with the siblings involved, he gets information from the siblings of when it would work with their schedules, maybe schedule something out 2 to 4 weeks down the line. But no, this was a typical emergency meeting called. The following day, they have a meeting. The meeting's purpose is to dissolve the trust, which the Buss siblings had been operating under the last 13 years, start a new trust. Part of this new trust would have the agreement that all their shares, their collective shares, would be locked for a period of 4 years, and then there would be a reevaluation at that point. Now, I am told that in this meeting, and again, this is 24 hours before Walter sells the team, there's no mention of a pending sale between Mark Walter, Bob Iger, and Josh Kushner, which is a pretty wild thing to consider that this emergency meeting would be called, because I don't know the reason it was called. I don't know who called it. I don't know who asked that Joe McCormick call this, but it makes you wonder if one party had some information that the other parties did not at that point.
So where are we now, Dave? And thank you for breaking that down right there. In terms of this last hour or two, obviously it's been a little more than that now, but in terms of when the letter came out, I believe it was Alex Sherman that first got his hands on it with Jeannie's lawyer to the Buss family.
So the question is, where will the legal precedent lie? So in 2017,
yeah.
Right. There was basically documentation that the Ramona Shelburne has actually shared in the last couple hours on her Instagram account that in order for there to be a sale, 3 of the 6 siblings have to agree, the 3 trustees being Jeannie Buss, Janie Buss, and Joey Buss. I believe I got that right. Now, fast forward 8 years later, though, when the team was sold to Mark Walter, this is telling me that all 6 siblings agreed and signed off on what's referred to as a tag-along provision, which would be, if the team is sold by Walter, we are going to have the ability to attach our shares to the sale to the new owner if the new owner is interested at that valuation. Now, I'm sure everyone involved with that agreement back in 2025 in their wildest dreams didn't think that Mark Walter would be selling the team 10 months later. But here we are.
Yeah.
And, the siblings that voted yes on the sale, 5 out of 6, everybody but Jeannie Buss, according to sources, they all believe that should be the precedent that stands, considering they all just agreed to it 10 months ago.
All right, Dave, last one for you before we let you go. I'm just trying to figure out the relevancy to the actual basketball product that we're going to see this year, that we're going to see moving forward. And, once we see what the new ownership group, and by new, I mean, of course, Iger and Kushner, not the previous new, how is that going to impact things in one way or the other? And the only contention that I've been trying to make throughout the show is that I don't think you buy the Los Angeles Lakers if you don't understand what the Lakers are, what the mission is, championships, of course, all that. So what can you say just about how this might affect basketball now or in the future?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think in order for the Lakers to win at the highest level, like Lakers fans are accustomed to, you got to win around the margins. And perhaps this hullabaloo of one ownership group to another could delay some of the extra resources being pushed into the organization by the new ownership group, or it could kind of cut off the faucet of those resources being put in by the old ownership group. So potentially there could be a bit of a time lapse there where there isn't a ton of new scouts being added. Listen, the Lakers have been trying to hire another assistant general manager all summer long. That person hasn't been added yet. I don't know the exact reason of that, but if I am someone who is an attractive exec in this league with options, I'm probably not going to put my name on a dotted line until I know exactly what the future of the franchise looks like. So you could have some situations like that arise. Other than that, though, this team already has a 16-man roster. They have the leading scorer in the NBA, a top 5 player in the world, Luka Doncic, and very good pieces on the roster, and they're going to have a very competitive team. But, listen, does it mean that all the trains will be moving in the same direction next year in every aspect of the business and the organization? I think that's probably asking a lot of a situation that still needs to figure itself out.
By the way, Dave, before we let you go, because I know you got to run, and we appreciate your time, Harrison Fagan, our friend, had a great name for you in fantasy football. A few good McMen.
Oh, okay.
It's not
I'll
bad.
take it.
It's
Yeah.
not bad.
All right, good deal.
A few good McMenamin.
I'm now mad that I haven't had Harrison name all of my previous teams. I love Harrison.
It's not bad, by the way.
Harrison, why haven't you been
Harrison,
texting
good
me
work,
names for
buddy.
my? Yeah, True is kind of an easy thing to stick into. Anyway, all right, Dave. Appreciate the time, bud.
Yeah, you can't handle the True. All right,
Yeah, there you go, Dave.
Ooh, actually, I like that. You can't handle the True.
Ooh. Look
So
at Dave on
just
his
threw
way
out-
out. Just kind of Dave on his way out, just throwing it out, and then he's peace out.
Harrison, can you beat that? Can you beat you can't handle the True? Is he in the chat or did he
He was
text?
in the chat.
Oh, you're always monitoring the chat.
Yeah, I
like
go in
that.
there and check it out.
Wow, that's great.
I wasn't in there at all today, and then I got in there just to see what was going on. And
I'm honored to have Harrison in the chat.
yeah,
It's a
and I
big
saw
fish.
Harrison. I was like, wait, okay, Harrison.
Big fish right there. Okay. All right,
yeah.
let's take a break here.
And then
We will unpack.
It's always some great stuff from Dave.
What Dave just said, and then I do, because it's August, I do have at least one game for you and Funchy and Kasim. Now you crushed them the last time that I did a game,
And I told them to get better, and you know what? I have a feeling they did.
and I
Because
hope
they have
that
not even looked at me for 2 hours.
I hope that they did. Yeah, Kasim's kind of just like
He's-
chilling over there.
Yeah,
right?
he's a shark.
And he's about to. Well, by the way, the Dodgers are just crushing right now.
Man, you know what? You know what's
thanks,
a great
thanks for Colorado.
slump, you know what's a great slump buster? Colorado Rockies.
Thanks, Rockies. All right, it's Lakers Talk. He's Gator. Thanks to Dave for joining us moments ago. I'm Trudell. It's ESPN LA.
ESPN LA may sound one way on AM.
But you know where it sounds best?
You guessed it, crystal clear digital audio.
Crystal clear digital audio on the all-new ESPN LA app.
Just search ESPN LA wherever you get your apps.
And you can always watch LA's mega sports station live or on demand on our YouTube channel at ESPN Los Angeles.
Welcome to Milagro Tequila, where the sun shines, good times roll, and tequila pours. Take a sip of sunshine this summer with Milagro Tequila, crafted from 100% Blue Weber agave for bright flavor and exceptional smoothness. Shake up fresh margaritas with Milagro Silver. Mix the perfect paloma with Milagro Reposado, or enjoy the rich, smooth taste of Milagro Añejo on the rocks. Find Milagro at your favorite retailer, in-store, and online. Tequila never tasted brighter. Milagro Tequila. Please enjoy responsibly.
Hey, it's Chris Morales. Your heart works hard for you every day. That's why taking care of it should be a year-round priority. Providence brings together some of the brightest minds in cardiac care, keeping you in the game with expert care, advanced treatments, and compassionate support right here in Southern California. Whether you're looking to be more active, make healthier choices, or stay on top of routine screenings, small steps can make a meaningful difference in your long-term health. Providence is here to support healthier hearts in every community. Learn more at providence.org/SoCalHeart.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Is there anything Albert, my AI financial assistant, can't do? Albert, can you create a financial plan just for me?
Yes, I've reviewed your accounts, income, and spending. Here's your plan and a few suggestions.
Great. Any savings I'm missing out on?
I reorganized your budget and found an extra $500 this month. Would you like me to transfer that to your savings?
Sure.
Done.
Oh, I'm thinking about moving. Can you get me more cash?
Albert can get you a loan up to $10,000 fast. How does that sound?
Sounds perfect. Looks like Albert really can do everything.
Download the Albert app and use promo code ADVANCE to try Genius, your AI financial assistant, and get up to $10,000. Just download the Albert app and use promo code ADVANCE to try Genius and get up to $10,000. Promo code ADVANCE.
The radio home of Mike Trudell is the radio home of Lakers basketball.
I mean, it's also the radio home of Chris Geeter McGee from Spectrum Sportsnet.
It's going to be a summer of Geeter at ESPN LA.
Exactly right. Geeter and Trudell together tonight on Lakers Talk.
Lakers Talk is presented by Hoag Orthopedic Institute.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. Visit HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com to get the help you need today.
On 7:10 a.m., the all-new ESPN LA app, and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. Get in that chat, Jack. Lakers Talk keeps rolling right now.
and it's going to be like this. Okay, I'm going to give you the three of you. Okay, this is Kasim, this is Funchy Lava, this is Geeter. I'm going to give you guys hints about players on a certain Lakers roster. I'm not going to say what year yet. I think you'll put it together by the end.
Okay.
And when you think you want to step in and answer, you're going to say your name is your buzzer. Okay? And then you're going to answer. If you get it correct, you will get a point. Now, what I don't want to see is you saying your name, because if you get it wrong, by the way, I may decide to subtract the point if I feel like you're just saying it to interject so the other one can't say it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
All right, and then I'm going to keep track of who gets the most correct. Are you ready? Okay.
We're ready.
There's a player on this roster who is a center. He was born in 1991. He played in college at Memphis and Kansas. And by the way, I'm just going to tell you the roster year. This is the 2014-15 Lakers roster.
Tark Black, Chris.
Okay, now you said this wrong.
It's Chris.
Kasim.
Chris McGee. Geeter. Tark Black.
But I am going to give you. I am going to give you the point.
Thank you.
I am going to give you the point.
You knew it too, didn't you, Kasim?
Okay, so Geeter, and I thought if I didn't tell you the year, then it'd be a little hard. Okay, all right, and no. By the way, no bringing up the roster. Okay, on your computer.
By the way.
Okay, I know you don't need it.
You didn't give me the year before I said it. So.
No. Okay. Next, this player was 6'3". He went to Harvard University.
Chris.
Kasim.
Jeremy Lin.
You got a person.
I barely.
I knew that one. You got so excited.
I knew you were going to do that one quick. Okay.
I need a buzzer.
All right. Next, this player attended the same university as James Worthy.
Oh, there's a bunch of them. Chris. Kendall Marshall. He did. He went to North Carolina.
He did go there.
Yeah, but that's not him. That's not him. He wasn't on that. He wasn't on that team.
What team?
Oh, I got it. Bunch.
What team?
Bunch.
Punch
Wayne
Lubbock.
Ellington.
Wayne Ellington is correct.
On what team?
I said the 14-15 Lakers roster. Yeah.
I did not hear that.
Oh,
part.
you were thinking about Tarek Black. You guys were
Okay.
both about to buzz in. That's what you thought of that. Okay, well, that's one for Funchy nonetheless.
Kendall, Butter 5.
Okay. Now,
He went to North Carolina.
this player is a power forward.
Is this the same roster?
Same
This is
roster.
all 2014. Oh,
It's all the same roster.
okay.
Yeah. Okay. He's a power forward, 6'9". Also went to North Carolina.
On that team?
Yeah. He was born in 1989. He went on to play for Portland, Brooklyn, Utah, Minnesota, and Cleveland.
What year was he born? 89. George Lynch is too old, right?
One of this player's nicknames was Easy.
Man.
And Easy is also
hold on.
the first letter in his name.
Oh my.
Ah, you said Portland, Utah.
No. It's killing me.
He was drafted by Toronto
I know.
in 2010 out of North Carolina.
We were calling him Easy on the air.
Yep. He was 8th in 6th Man of the Year voting the year after he left the Lakers in Portland, where he played 81 games.
Really?
His last
Ed Easy Davis.
Okay.
Easy Ed Davis.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Now, you didn't say your name, but I'm going to look past it again because I like you. Okay, remember.
My
you gotta
bad,
buzz
guys.
In. You got to buzz in.
Well, listen, hold on. At that time, we're all kind of going already and jumping in, I think.
Again, I'm giving it to you.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. This player went to Duke University. He was 6'11".
Chris.
Bunchy. Bunchy got it.
What's it called? Jesus.
That's too long.
Boozer.
That's got to be too long.
Boozer.
Boozer
No?
is incorrect.
Oh.
This player
Yep, go on.
is white.
And went,
He's
Chris. Ryan Kelly.
Boom. Got it. All right.
Isn't he like Bill Cowher's son-in-law or something like that?
Yes.
By the way,
Ryan Kelly.
Kasim, this is definitely a harder game
by the
for
way,
you.
I once did an intro. You can go on my Instagram for when we were finally in the finals, and I talked about all the debacle years, and I said Ryan Kelly was the stretch four we were always looking for.
Oh That's one of the reasons why I used this roster.
Yeah.
Again, this team went 21-61. Poor Byron Scott had to stand and witness all this. Okay, this player was born August 23rd, 1978.
This player was born August 23rd,
1978. This player, 6'6". This player was a two-guard. This player.
Kasim? You said 78?
Yeah,
I said,
1978, huh?
Yep. Come on, Kasim, do
I
it.
buzzed too early. Can I?
No, come on, do it.
Punch.
Oh, you can't get out of it.
Is it Kobe?
It is Kobe Bryant. Kasim pops in for the biggest one.
I was like, 78? Who was on that team?
Kasim.
I was like, that's old. By the way,
I thought Geeter was going to get it just off the birthday.
that is, by the way, shame on me.
In fact, I'm a little bit disappointed.
And by the way, shame on me and probably friends listening in the car right now drove off that. You know how many times people have been saying to me lately, dude, I couldn't believe you didn't get that one right. I'm like, when you're on the radio, actually, it's much harder than you think when you're in the car.
In your guys'
sitting at
defense, it was very hard to go from Ryan Kelly and
by the way,
Tarek
I got to
Black
be honest with you guys. I've blocked out Kobe on that team. Like, it's almost disrespectful that you went with him, but the fact that you just went birthday kind of rattled me.
That's why I slid him in there.
Yeah.
Okay. This player was currently traded this NBA offseason. That's the first hint about this next player. He's 6'9". He had a major injury early in his Lakers career.
Kasim. Julius Randle.
Boom! Kasim's on the comeback trail. Only trailing Geeter by 2.
I got to be honest, I faded out a little bit. I'm like confused about that team all of a sudden. I'm rattled about the Kobe thing.
Funchy Lava and
How many more we got?
Just trying to remember what the players were on that team too.
No, look,
what's the score right now?
Look, it's very. This is much easier when you're looking at the roster like I'm doing. Right now, the score is Geeter 4, Kasim 2, Funchy Lava 1. Okay, we got a few more for you. All right, this player remains an NBA assistant coach as he has been for many years. He started his college career at Iowa State before transferring to Syracuse. He was and remains very skinny. 6'7". Now, I mean, his arms has some definition on him, but still skinny. He shares a last name. With one of the greatest Lakers of all time. I'll let you think about that for a second.
Think about that one for a second.
Funchy. I'm going to take a shot in the dark.
Get in there, Funchy.
Was it Stanley Johnson?
Ooh, not Stanley Johnson.
Man, that's a great guess, though.
Because he said skinny, that's why.
You know what's funny?
Stanley
When you
was
do this
jacked.
job for 15 years.
Stanley Johnson, not skinny.
Yeah, that was a dead giveaway.
Yeah.
But the years are running together, man.
Yeah.
Hold on. Time out.
You mean
Chris. Wesley
Johnson is correct.
Oh, my God. That's right.
Funchy, you had it. I
just remember Big Game talking about, we were always like,
Kinda
God,
like the
can he
same
be our
player.
Scottie Pippen? No, he can't.
Okay. This next player, and I'll do 3 more. I think Eater pretty much has it locked up now. But okay.
The Syracuse thing was the giveaway.
This next player was given a nickname that not that many people know, not that many people say. Swag L.
Oh, Chris.
Eater?
Swag L. Nick Young.
That's correct. Nick Young. One of my favorite players of all time. I love him to this day.
I can't believe you two weren't in there faster.
Oh, love
Well,
Nick Young.
I know he's Swaggy P. I know he's Swag
Yeah,
L.
that's what I
It's
was
like one
thinking,
of those,
yeah.
other nicknames that he has.
By the way, who guessed Carlos Boozer earlier?
I did.
Yeah. So he was on this team.
Yes.
So Booz was on this. He was like one of the few vets
Matter
on
of fact, when he said the Kobe clue, I thought it was Carlos Boozer.
Yeah. Well, so Booz was born in 1981. Boozer's actually only, let's see, I am 16 days older than Carlos Boozer.
Okay.
Yeah, we're on the same year.
We're old.
Okay. Last one. This player's last name is a color. He was a shooting guard.
On that team.
Didn't get a lot of run. Went to Marquette. Again, his last name was a color.
Oh, man.
I know you're all just cycling through colors
Yeah,
right now. You're like, is there someone named Orange? No.
Oh, man.
Anyone named Pink? Anyone named Green?
That's what I was like. Is it a brown or green?
Okay, so he is
Hold on.
from Milwaukee,
Kasim.
Wisconsin. Kasim.
Yeah, get in there.
Shannon Brown.
Good guess.
That is a good guess, man.
Very good guess.
But he was already gone.
Incorrect.
Yeah, he was already gone.
Punchy.
Funchy Lubba.
Vander Blue.
Vander Blue.
Oh, great call.
Vander Blue. Funchy
Who
Lubba.
got it in the back, Funchy, not you?
All right.
I know. How'd you know?
Yeah, 'cause
how'd
I
you know
see him
Carl
cheering
Lewis
in the
right
back.
here? How'd you know?
All right. That was the game. Final score. Geeter, 6. Kasim, 2. But he did get Kobe. Okay, which counts for you know what? In fact,
That should be like 8 points.
Getting
right?
Kobe, I got to review my own rules here. Does getting Kobe count for 5 points? Does that put you over
absolutely
Geeter?
not. He gave his birthday. Put the music on. Put the music on right now. Put the music on
All
right now.
Funchy Lubba, 2. Kasim, 2. Geeter, 6. Geeter wins.
I
It's a
want
good
my
game,
music. I want my winning music.
Okay, here, let my pull up my board for a second. Wait, where's
It's up.
it?
It's up.
Okay, hold on. No, this is anticlimactic. Is this not Mace's? Why can't I find the? All right, this is terrible radio. Thank you.
Here's what I'd like to say. My streak continues of dominance at this radio station.
He had to wait for his music
And I'm
to come.
not happy at all that this music wasn't cued and ready to go. I'm not happy with the production of this. I'm not happy with myself for getting Kobe wrong. But I will say this. Today,
You didn't get
I
it
am
wrong. You just
still
got beat by Kasim to it.
a champion.
You said, yeah,
And
we
it feels good. And again, I look into the room to my left at my brothers, at Funches, Kasim, and I want you to be better. Because right now, Daddy's hunting, and I'm cooking. And I'm not going to just let you guys take the crown from me. And that includes you over there, little Miguelito, Mike Trudell. The next game we play, and you're still pissed about the last one.
Yeah.
Be ready to go.
Well, I'd like you to create a game next time, so I
You
can.
know what, I
or
will.
maybe Funchy, so I can avenge you. I can avenge my last loss.
You know who's pissed right now, and he should be? Kasim. Because he had a couple right there on the tip of his tongue. I beat him on the one.
right there,
I
yeah.
beat Funches out by just a half a split
Yeah,
second. Like
you
I
did.
I mean, and I
So should
did
have Kobe won.
I did tip the scales a little bit for Geeter, but only because the game was already over for the Nick Young one. Because that's one of the things that he and I both appreciated about Snoop Dogg saying "swag out,
Swag
out" after Nick Young had a
Snoop,
game winner.
Snoop did the whole breakdown.
Oh, it was so good. All right, well, that's the game. Coming up next, I have a couple calls on the line we will take, and I want to get back to at least a little bit of basketball talk. Okay, the NBA isn't that far away.
We have a schedule that came out. That's exciting.
And I'm looking at the schedule. Okay, so we're going to do some schedule talk in the context of what it means for the Los Angeles Lakers, the basketball team.
By the way, the Vander Blue pull was nice.
I mean, it was.
Right?
At the same time, there's only so many colors. Like, you got one of you had to get that eventually.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the Wesley Johnson one, Syracuse, finally. I was like, wait,
Would you-
it's hard when you're putting all those years together. And you're trying to
100%.
think of like, God, Boozer was on that team?
100%. And
I
it
could have
was
sworn Kendall Marshall
if-
was on that
if
team.
Funchy didn't say
was Chris
Stanley-
Kaman on that team?
If Funchy came in, no, he was on either the previous or the next year's.
By the way, we've blocked out a lot of those years, by the way.
If Funchy hadn't have
I
said
know, bro.
Stanley Johnson, would you have gotten Wesley Johnson? Or did that kind of get your brain?
Stanley Johnson did help me say
Yo.
Wesley Johnson in Syracuse.
Was Chris Kaman on that team?
No, he was on, I think it was the year
Did
prior.
you say he finished what in Sixth Man of the Year vote?
Ed
Ed
Davis
Davis.
did the year, like 8th.
Ed Davis.
He had a
that's
pretty
right.
good year in
He's-
Portland.
yeah.
I remember he had a good.
That
good
one was
pop
killing
year.
me because
Yeah.
I was like, we used to call him that all the time, and James Worthy loved him because he's North Carolina, and it just.
I was also waiting for Robert Sacre if that was on the
Yep,
list.
dude, me too.
Was
I
he on
kept
the list?
thinking about Sacre too.
Yeah,
I
I was just waiting for that
me
one.
too. It's so funny you say that. I was like, was Sacre on that team?
Cayman was the previous year.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise he might have come up because I could have just done like laying on the bench and then Geeter would kind of.
Yeah, of course.
And then Sacre was on that team. Yes,
That's Beto's burrito guy.
or he was. No, wait. I'm sorry. Sacre was on the 13-14 for sure. Was he on 14-15? Yeah, he still was. Yeah.
By the way, someone brought this up in the chat, which is genius. That was that the year you did the interview with all of them, and Jimmy Kimmel and Kobe talked about it.
It could
Was
have
that
been
Jeremy Lin?
Was that the Death
yeah.
Stare?
I think it was that year.
I mean, it was Nick Young, it was Jeremy Lin, it was Boozer, I think.
So it was Jordan. It was Jordan Hill, Nick Young,
Jordan Hill.
Yes,
Jeremy
yes,
Lin.
yes.
And Jordan Hill, who's like, and Nick Young were the two kind of like goofy parts of it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Jeremy Lin was like, "What do I do? What do I do?"
That was epic.
Yeah, I didn't know what to do. You could see the
Kobe's
look on my
face,
face. I was
yeah.
like, "Guys, what? Really? What do you?" But I also love Nick Young, so I didn't want to throw him
I
under the
break
bus.
down that whole team on my Instagram page. It's pinned, I believe. It was literally we did a 3-minute intro to the 2020 NBA championship, and I talked about all we had been through together as fans, and I went all in on all those guys.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Aki to 3, give it a follow.
they walked so that Anthony Davis and Alex Caruso could run.
Good run.
You know what I'm saying? All right. It's Lakers Talk. He's Gator. I'm Trudell. Coming up next, as I mentioned, we will go through the schedule and how it is pertinent to what the Lakers are going to do as a basketball team. And that will be coming up next. It's ESPN LA.
Don't miss the countdown to kickoff. Presented by BMO, official bank of LAFC.
The black and gold fell to San Diego FC at BMO Stadium over the weekend. What's happening? It's Mario Reeves. I'm going to react to that loss and quickly turn to the next match in Colorado. I got Rapids radio voice Connor Cape joining me to preview Wednesday night's matchup. It's Countdown to Kickoff presented by BMO tomorrow night at 6 p.m.
BMO presents Countdown to Kickoff, hosted by Mario Ruiz on ESPN LA.
When pain keeps you from doing what you love, Hoag Orthopedic Institute gets you back to you. We are ranked number 18 in the nation and number 1 in Orange County for orthopedic and spine care by U.S. News & World Report. From the surf to the green, our world-class doctors are there, which is why more Californians choose Hoag Orthopedic Institute for orthopedic and spine care more than any other hospital. At Hoag Orthopedic Institute, there is no one better at getting you back to you. Proudly founded by premier physicians in partnership with Hoag. Learn more at HoagOrthopedicInstitute.com.
The Circa Million Pro Football Challenge is back. The greatest football contest in the world, coming straight at you from the greatest sports destination in the world, Circa Las Vegas. A guaranteed $6 million is up for grabs with a cool mill and the coveted blue jacket going to the winner. And hey, if you suck, no prob. Come in last and $100,000 is coming your way. It's $1,000 per entry, max 10 entries per person. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. Learn more at circasports.com. Circa Las Vegas, the time of your life.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill?
It's just better for you.
Waba Grill. It's flavorful.
Pick me up and never put me down.
It's quality. It's fresh. It's spicy. Introducing our new Chili Crisp Dumplings. A spicy twist on a Waba favorite. Bold, crunchy, and tossed in fiery chili crisp. Get yours now, only at Waba Grill. It's for you.
Hi guys, it's Ramona Shelburne for Hyundai of Glendale, where it's back to school savings all month long. Right now, lease a brand new 2026 Hyundai Palisade SE for $279 a month. Comes with owner's assurance and America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Take it from me, with next-level customer service and incredible dealer incentives, your next Hyundai is waiting for you at Hyundai of Glendale. Call 818-222-8000 or check them out at HyundaiofGlendale.net.
$279 per month plus tax. Close and lease for 24 months. $47.49 total due outstanding plus government fees and taxes. Unapproved above average credit through HMF. 7,500 miles per year. 20 cents per excess miles. Expires 8/30/26.
On September 2nd, DraftKings Game Day arrives with massive deals, exclusive deals, and an all-day celebration built for sports fans. The DraftKings Sports app now available in all 50 states. That means California from Texas to Florida. One app, every sport, all 50 states. Remember the date, September 2nd. DraftKings Game Day is the kickoff of a new season and the biggest day in sports history. New DraftKings customers sign up with code LA710, spend $5 to get $150 in rewards within 14 days. That's code LA710 in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Event trading offered by DraftKings Predictions, a CFTC registered introducing broker. Trading involves risk of loss. Market availability varies. Eligibility restrictions do apply. $50 every 7 days via click-to-claim issued in non-withdrawable predictions dollars that expire in 1 year. Ends August 23rd. Terms, dkng.co/predictions promo. Nationwide based on sportsbook, predictions, and free-to-play sports contest availability. Varies by state.
This is Lakers Talk.
This is Lakers Talk on ESPN LA with Mike Trudell and Chris McGee from Spectrum Sportsnet. Trudell and Geeter with you
on your home of Lakers basketball.
Lakers Talk on 7:10 a.m. The all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. Get in that chat, Jack. We keep rolling with Lakers Talk right now.
Did you?
Yes, I'll send it
But
to
by the
you.
way,
Send that to
there's
me.
dead air for maybe what? I don't know, like
Probably
six.
like 30 seconds.
Was it that long? No.
Text that to me.
That was not on me, man.
It wasn't 30 seconds. The lights would have flashed and
The
everything.
lights. Yeah, people. By the way, there would have been a phone call and an email.
Exactly.
Was there
exactly.
not?
No. Yeah, we got no phone call, but the lights would have been flashing like an emergency in
man.
here if we had 30 seconds dead air.
Bro. I'll tell you right now, for real, that 8 seconds felt like 50. So let's find out what it really was. No, let's not. I don't even want to go there. But anyways, I'm starting to figure out I got to just get these on earlier.
Yeah.
So we don't have any mishaps. Sorry for hijacking the whole thing from me.
No, nice job. What I got out of that is that I'm looking forward to seeing this clip. All right, he's Geeter. I'm Trudell. We are almost out of time here on Lakers Talk. Let's quickly go to Walrus and Encino, Funchy, and then I will get to the schedule moving forward. All right, Walrus, what's up, man?
I want to offer up a little bit of fun in a trying time. Mic check in the 213, talking with Mike Trudell and Chris McGee. A couple ball knowers with Kasim and Funch. You might as well go ahead and call this crew the Lake Show Bunch. Just a little bit of brevity there.
I
I was
mean,
calling in. That wasn't that good, but that's okay.
clip and Kasim.
That was great.
I like having fun.
That was great, Walrus.
Look, man, I'm a history teacher. Folks at the station know that. Our regulars know that. I have a proverb from China in the 17th century, and it goes like this. It is better to be a dog in a time of tranquility than a human in a time of chaos. So right now, all of us Lakers fans, we have our head on a swivel. Lots going on right now. But just to finish off with your talk on the schedule, Mike, the first 20 games, I only see 2, maybe 3 title contenders between Miami. You could perhaps say Detroit. At Detroit, that's going to be a tough game, the 11th game. And then, of course, the Spurs in the 19th game. But aside from that, those are all winnable games. They got to that 50-win mark last year because they started 11-2 in November. So it's really important for this team to get started, in a really good way to start the season before it starts getting difficult. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, it's a trying time to be a Lakers fan right now. Lots going on, but no matter what, as Funch knows, I say, go Lake Show.
Walrus, wow, what a call. Thank you for that.
Walrus.
Not only did he have a rhyme for us, but then he got into getting some good takes off on the
Strong
schedule.
take. And by the way, did you know Funch just came in, right, in the break and said, we're taking Walrus's call, not like, hey, guys, if you want to get to a phone call.
No, you got to take this guy.
Like,
no.
That's
When-
producing.
When Funchy wants something, which isn't that often, I always am willing to go there because he doesn't just pop off for nothing.
I appreciate you.
He doesn't
guys.
pop off for nothing. All right, I'm going to take the point that Walrus made and expand on it a little bit. If you look at the first 18 games of the schedule, not only are they all quote unquote winnable, right? But I don't want to say that it ensures a good start, but it certainly gives the Lakers every last chance. And if they don't start well, Geeter, then we're going to have some concerns.
Yep.
Now, they started really well last year despite not having LeBron or Marcus Smart. How did they do it? It was Luka and Austin, the vibes that they had together.
10-4? First 14 without
it was
LeBron?
10-4 sounds right.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so that was
By the way, they won a game in there with like everyone being hurt. Remember the one at Portland, Nick Smith game?
Yes.
They won a game winner without Luka by AR.
That was it. Yep, in Minnesota. So like they really everything kind of went their way, but it wasn't because the schedule was particularly weak or anything like that. And I think that there's every chance that happens. Now the first really difficult road trip comes after that opening stretch. It's at San Antonio, at Memphis, at Houston, back to back. Now Memphis is a young team, but they are plucky. They play super hard against the Lakers. It's the front end of a back-to-back. That's not a game you could just take for granted because Memphis wasn't good last year. That's a kind of one that I circle sometimes as, okay, this is one of those games that doesn't look as tough as to whatever their record is, but not easy to win. And then going to Houston for the first time since the Lakers beat Houston in Houston, right? And we all know what happened there with the Reed Shepherd and LeBron getting the ball and the 3 to tie it in overtime.
That's going to be a tough game.
The Marcus Smart steal. So that'll be their first chance to get a little bit of revenge. But up to that point, importantly, Geeter, that's a nice chance for the Lakers to establish who they are.
And then, Mike, you go to New Orleans, and then you have that big break. How many games are in there? I know you were saying that's NBA Cup, right? So that's why there's that 12 days of nothing scheduled.
So if the Lakers don't advance to the NBA Cup, out of the group, then 2 games will be filled in. And then that could be a team like San Antonio, OKC, Minnesota. You'll probably get a couple of good teams in that mix.
Yeah.
All right. I understand, Kasim, you have something ready.
We have the
play
clip
for us.
ready on the YouTube.
On the YouTube.
Boy, hold on. I got to go there.
Okay.
So go ahead, pull it up. Carlo's gonna.
And by the way, Geeter was right. It was 10-4 start for the Lakers last year.
10-4.
Yeah, and that was including they were 4-4 actually, but then they went on the 6-game winning streak. All right, are we playing that right now, Kazim?
I think Carlo has. Yep, he has
All
it
right.
ready up on the YouTube right now.
All right, cool. So that's rolling. I will get it with the audio on my way out.
There it is. There it is.
All right, Geeter. Quick review of the show.
Yeah.
So we have the ownership change, and then the Buss family figuring out what's going to happen with the minority share. So that's going on. We have everything going on with the NBA and the Clippers. We had McMenamin and Ramona on spitting knowledge for us. That was great. And then now I get to leave by watching you try to handle dead air. It's why you're a legend in the business.
Face. I am just.
Oh my God! The funnier the second time.
You know what, Funches? You think it's funny, but you come sit in this seat and we're going to pull the audio and see what you do. All right.
And do what?
Thank you to Funchie. Thank you to Kasim. He's Geeter. I'm Trudell. We
What an
appreciate you guys
absolute
listening
Barney I am.
to Lakers Talk, ESPN LA.
In a contracting business, you're either growing or you're grinding. Success is no longer about hard work alone. It's about using AI to accelerate impact. Service Titan is the only integrated intelligence that seamlessly automates your entire workflow, from first call to final invoice. Born in the trades, built for visionaries